morning strangers say hello to me. Tomorrow they names will be carved on the stone. We're going home, but I'm of a terrible life.
Спартан 117 Zeus Zecuveta Bundon Mantle. You monster.
For the sake of the day, keep crying out. Swing the soul, swing the soul, swing the freaking soul down. Hellfire, hellfire, bring your buster. Hellfire, 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 hellfire. All the men are going down with those who dream of heaven. Those who dream of heaven never last very long. The running flash and dirty sky infect my wounds. We're dying of a liar. Forgive me, just get me out of this hell. For faith and the game, keep crying out. Swing the sword, swing the sword, swing the freaking sword now. I must be that way, lives can't get my command, but still I can't see the way home. I am the reaper, took my place in the world, that's why I have to go home. I've been down, tell me out who can say that I'm just an ordinary soldier. I've been down, tell me out who can say that I'll be on the right side of history. I've been down, tell me out who can say that I came home today again. I've been down, tell me out who can say that people are loved at the soul of the bastards. Bring it on, you bastard! Hellfire, hellfire, bring it on, bastard! Hellfire, 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 hellfire. All of them are going down. Hellfire, hellfire, bring it on, bastard! Hellfire, 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 hellfire. All of them are going down with us.
Hello, Kings. My name is Nopet, and on our games for fun. So, what are we working on today? Well, today is going to be combat day for Ultra Instinct. Now, I've been moving stuff all day, so I've been working on that for a good chunk of the day. I would say about like a third of my apartment is currently gone. And after this, because we are going to be streaming for exactly 2 hours, and I'm going to set a timer for myself, no less, to make sure that we only stream for 2 hours exactly, because I'm going to be moving more shit. Oh, Lord. Have the focus on hotkey. It's the current situation is that I've moved a lot of stuff from my I've successfully moved a lot of things to my new apartment. There's only one issue with the major issue with my new place is very simple. It is very thin. Now you may be wondering, what do I mean by this? I'll open this up, and as everything is loading up, thank you very much, Air Adept and Roach Crunch. Now I'm going to show you why this is a little bit odd. So overhead, here's the hallway. This is the little hallway that leads into my shotgun apartment. This is my mom. My mom is right here. This is her apartment. Now, there's this little area over here where all the trash cans and stuff go. However, if I want to get up to my apartment, I have to go up these incredibly steep steps, little tiny steep steps, with about not even a foot to work with. They are incredibly thin, incredibly steep steps. Now, this doesn't seem bad until you realize they are incredibly steep steps with nothing to really balance on. Because all there is this little wood banister. If I was just walking up there, it's fine. But when you're carrying a box that's bigger than the actual size, it's like you're hoisting it over your head to try to get it above you. That has been my luckily I only had one box so far, but I'm looking at the I have a futon that I might need to get rid of entirely, and I have a couple other things that I'm looking at. I'm like, yeah, putting your boxes on the top of your head like an Indian woman, exactly. But again, it's one of those things where if it was ground floor, if it it's the beautiful, horrible trilemma. Because not only are they thin steps, they are steep steps. They are steep. They are thin, steep steps. And not only that, not only are they thin and are they steep, there's a lot of them. This is not a few. This isn't like 4 or 5 steps. No. This is you have to go all the way up. So it's like I go all the way up, and then there's a fucking turn I have to make to go up more. So it's effectively like this of what I have to do, and this is really tiny. Like, this is a really tiny little turn I have to make. If you've ever seen the Friends sketch where they keep shouting pivot, that is literally every box I have to bring up is me yelling at myself to pivot. This is a flight of fucking stairs. Now, the worst part though, this is the true comedy bit. This is the true comedy moment. On that little turn, because you got this little area where you have to turn to go up the second flight of stairs. Luckily, not as much. This is completely over, by the way. There's not like a wall here or anything. Like, if you are balancing anything on this, it may tumble down. So just bear that in mind. I am turning here. There is, however, a broken bar here that juts out this way. It's just one of the wooden things there. It juts out slightly. And it's right on the corner of everything. If I go too fast, I will run into it. And I will be impaled as I am moving up a flight of stairs. It's just this inconveniently placed thing where in any circumstance I could just gracefully ignore it unless I am moving up with a giant box. This is a problem when you're moving giant boxes. So it's this beautiful disaster piece of a situation that it's like, all right. And my beautiful mother, my beautiful mother has these 2 recliners that she bought when she first moved in, and she's like, Notepad, I do not want my recliners anymore. I'm going to give them to you. You can have my fucking recliners here. And she's like, oh, well, they're really light. The problem is, the staircase is this wide. The recliner is this wide. Do you see a problem here of this? Do you see an issue of going from here up and around? Yeah. And the thing is, she cannot help me with anything. Oh, Spartan. The windows are also tiny. Nothing would fit through the window. How this thing is set up is the most hostile moving experience ever. It's great. I've managed to... I know what I'm going to do. I know how to do it. It's going to be me having to sit there and me having to wiggle up effectively. Once I get going, it's fine. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, once I start getting up the stairs, after that first batch of stairs, I'm good. But after that, it gets a lot more precarious because, again, my mother cannot help me move up the stairs because she can barely get up the stairs. That's entirely on me. And I am a big guy with big old feet, and mind you, and this is an important thing to note. If this is the step, like let's say this is the step. I have Barney Rubble feet. My foot is like this to actually hit the next step. I have like I have barely like a 1/4 inch back here. And that's if I press my foot up against it. So anytime I am going up the stairs, I have to slam my foot as close to this as physically possible. Of course, there's a little dip here. You know, because fuck me. Yeah, it's very entertaining. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's one of those moments where I wish I had people that I could call upon and say, help, help. But I don't. So, what happened since last time? Well, since last time, I used the magic power of the internet machine to start making some art. Art assets here. Fun fact: I've had to fight with this thing to not make Goku. I have fought tooth and nail against the magic internet machine to not make Goku. And trust me, it still made Goku. Yes. This took me a while to even get this. Some of them are better than others. But like, yeah, no, it wanted to make Goku. Goku smiles at me. He is smug at me. He knows. He damn well knows that he has power over me. Goku truly is infinite. Like, it was actually somewhat painful trying to, like, negotiate. I guess the best way to say is negotiate with fucking, you know, the magic internet machine. Because I would have to put -- no Goku. Because if you didn't put no Goku, Goku would show up repeatedly. Goku kept showing up. Look at this fucking smile. This is a man who knows he's spiting me. Yeah, it's it just made Gohan. Yeah, it's better than everyone becoming Krillin. I will say that. It's better than everyone becoming Krillin. Though yeah, some of them did turn out a lot better than others. It is always fascinating when it realizes something, though my Ukrainian Saiyan did turn out way better than he has any right to be, even though he is also Krillin. I don't know why the Ukrainian Saiyan occurred, but here we are. This is my life. I also ended up making dramatic scenes. Dramatic scenes are the literally everything else part of the game. Generally speaking, it's just like, anytime you have to do a non-combat scene, it's a dramatic scene. Things occur. That's all you need to know. What's a dialogue scene? People talk. That you're just talking with one another. I do a little bit of a bigger one when it comes to recovery. The entire concept of recovery is that you recover health intervals. Pretty much you go up to, if you're at 0, you go to 25. If you're at 25, you go to 50, 50, 75, 75, 100. If you are at 80% health, you go back up to 100. If you're at 60% health, you go up to 75. It's kind of like you go to the next one up, depending on how many scenes go by. And it's always one of the things, you need 2 of the following to actually recover. You need time, supplies, or safety. Most of the time you have safety, and most of the time you have time, but you might not. That's kind of the thing. That's kind of the situation. You might not have some of these things. Ukrainian Saiyan. Exactly. He fucking... Goddamn. This is my... Oh. Yeah, so this is not... Kind of the idea of like a key scene is like... This is a key scene where you are doing something impressive that's important. That is a, hey, because you are doing something important, this is why it's... That's literally it. I also redid how derived traits work. Generally speaking, I bumped health up quite a bit. Instead of being 50, I decided to go with 100 because how damage is going to be working. So, as you can kind of see here, 128, 116. Your toughness and stuff is important, but the big importance is kind of right down here. Just like how easy it is for you to be like, I'm dying, I'm not. But yeah, that's kind of the premise, kind of the basics. So, next thing we have to really do is combat scene. But before we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to list out just some... I want to finish combat before I start doing key powers. That's why this is the way that it is, but... actually want to do telepathy. Hello. Hello. What's brewing? We're continuing to write Ultra Instinct. What I need to do is I need to write out key powers. This is just some of the basic ideas of the key powers. One of the ideas behind the key powers is that everyone's going to get a certain number of points that they can actually play around with. It's usually not a huge amount. Actually, to do this. Do the one dramatic thing. Oop. Ah. There we go. Thing, key powers. Yeah, because one of the big ideas is that you have your key limit. This is how many powers you can kind of slot into your in. So it's like, yeah, you could have a bunch of beams and stuff, but you might lose telepathy, you might lose instant transmission, you might not be able to do key healing. That's kind of the idea. Some of them are going to be very like precise. Others of them are going to be like, yeah, you have a beam. What is your beam? Should do. Let's power level. Power level is 4. Spirit focus aura. Spirit focus aura. 642. So you have a total of 10. You have a total of 16. Brisket has 4. Brisket, I know, has a little bit more with. She has 15. Oh, so she has a total of. Yep. That's kind of the idea there. Got a couple ideas. Also has telekinesis. Kinetic. Don't forget key stealth. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a couple of them. Which one is the spirit? Spirit bomb would probably be a blast. It's kind of the idea like a beam is going to be a range attack, a blast is going to be an area attack. Telepathy, if I can speak. Kind of the idea of telepathy is you're going to get a few ranks of it. The first one is if I touch you, if I put my finger on your forehead, I can read your mind and you can read mine. Rank 2 is, hey, we can communicate with one. I can communicate with one person nearby. Rank 3 is I can communicate with everyone, mentally. Doesn't seem very useful. You can't speak, I can't write, I feel at home. Oh lord. But that's kind of the idea there. It's like some of these are going to build up gradually. That was like the big thing with like key healing, which is the first rank is just you heal better. Anytime you would heal an interval of health, you heal a second interval. Pretty useful. Second rank is, hey, you can actually remotely heal another person. Or you can heal yourself. No, it would be, what was it? It was, you heal gradually better. You can heal yourself mid-combat by burning ki. And the third one was that you can remotely heal someone else. That was kind of the idea. Which, it's extremely expensive, and that's your one thing if you have ki healing. That's kind of the way I want to do. Be like, yeah, you have the ability to heal yourself in combat. By just burning away you charge up, you heal, you keep doing things. Okay. So. Not my notes. I need to put legally distinct. I need to put a grill with an E. Let me just make sure everyone knows this is not Frieza. This is Grill. Part of with his grill guard. You know, the grill guard. Not Frieza Force. Grill guard. Say it with me, everyone. He's not Frieza. He's Grill. Part of the grill guard. Ow. Ugh. Got something in my hair. Let's see. We want to do... Okay. This is where things start getting a little bit wonky, so... Mm. 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 Let's see if one of them can survive. Let's see. Well, let's see. The Warriors are one of these Carsadian squads. Expected to. Mm. 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 Let's see one. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Let's see. UltraCombat, Carsadians, casualties, subjugate as fast as possible. Oh, when diplomatic attempts fail, or even attempted, it's time to destroy that planet's defenders in a bloodbath. Mm-hmm. It's time for UltraCombat. So we're going to talk about the velocity map. So what do we need to talk about? We need to talk about the velocity map. We need to talk about sequence scores. Let's see, we talk about the velocity map, we talk about sequence scores, then we talk about... I guess we would then move into actions in combat. No, we do battle actions, reactions. Actually, no. Instinct sequence scores, battle action. So if we do something like actually so first things first, velocity map and instinct. So let's see, the first key power. Oh, the first. During their trade. During their training, the first thing that the warriors were taught was how. Let's see, during their training, the first thing that the warriors were taught was how to manage their ki to propel themselves through the air. Flight and perfected Flight is a valuable is. Let's see. Play is invaluable as to all warriors are able to do, pushing themselves to their limits to achieve speeds beyond. During a combat situation. During a combat situation, it's assumed that a majority it assumes that the warriors are using their residual key energy to maintain flight and continue. Due to rather than this to represent the battles of Carsadian, represent the warriors and their enemies movement speed and position. The velocity map is used to image of the velocity used. We're going to put the velocity map right there. So the first thing is that the later are the grill games. So notepad, the lore are the Carsadians. I'm working for the gorilla or trying to kill him. Effectively, when you start a game, you can either be you can choose to be a part of the Carsadian army, or you can be part of the Grill Guard. Effectively, are you part of the Frieza Force or the Saiyan army? Both of them effectively do the same thing. One's just a little bit different, and the narrator might say, "Hey, you guys are all part of the Grill Guard, doing your best to fight." You are effectively, again, the best way to think about this is that you're the Saiyans during the Bardock movie. You're kind of in this situation. You're clearly in the Empire. You know this. Everyone else kind of knows this. And it's like, all right. And that's where your one dramatic thing kind of kicks in. Because your one dramatic thing is something that is kind of encouraging you to do something. Like, what's going on? Hey, you came back to life. You got fucking killed. You died. You don't know how you came back. You don't know what happened, but you came back to life. And this is the impetus for something going on. Hey, you are part of the royal family and something weird's going on. And you know something funky's going on. What's that? Hey, you are like, you've seen the future, but in vague flashes. Can they stop disaster? And that's kind of the idea of your... That's kind of the idea of your one dramatic thing. It's something that says, hey, this is a little bit odd. Something is going on that's kind of making you a little interesting, or something is going on to kind of catch your interest in the story, because this is not a game for very long campaigns. This is a game that is supposed to be fairly short, because there's actually a dedicated ending. There will be an ending. The GM will choose one and kind of work toward that ending. That's kind of the idea. It's like the GM kind of knows what the ending is going to be, and he knows generally how long it's going to be. You may not know, but you may be introduced to it via your one dramatic thing. Hey, Grill is going to destroy, you know, Nikuya because he doesn't want the Carsadians to be any more powerful. You know that guy who died and came back to life but has amnesia and doesn't quite remember what happened? Well, he used to be a top-class warrior, except he literally fucking died, but he was so powerful he got back up. A vanished warrior who was found on a backwater planet. Exactly. You know, it's just like, you kind of know what's going on. You see what the one dramatic thing is. You're in this moment right at the end of it, though. You're seeing what the end of the story is, with your goal trying to build up power to kind of hit that ending, which I've kind of determined in the forms. If we go up to our power levels here, the entire idea is you're going to, all the health you lose, you're going to be using to buy more traits. You're going to increase your power level. You hit up to, you know, power level 6, power level 8, you'll be able to unlock your rage form. You go to all the way up 71 to 90, you got your Wukong. If you somehow manage to get 90 or above, you unlock Kai Kong. This is your ultimate super form. You know this, everyone else knows that this is your ultimate super form, and that's a campaign ender. You know, whatever the crisis is, you go Kai Kong, and you go fucking ballistic. You lose yourself, your character's effectively dead, but you've prevented the disaster. It's the ultimate, like, fuck you sacrifice, because you turn into a god, effectively. Because you've just ramped up in power. Will you hit this point? Probably not. And that's kind of the thing. If you're doing like a 5-episode game, probably not. If you're doing something longer, you might do that, and that's an ending. But that's also an ending you have to think about. Hey, here's my final ultimate transformation to do something. On the other hand, I lose my mind and I am gone effectively. My character is dead. On the other hand, I've prevented disaster. Do you want to do this, or do you just die in the attempt? Which is also very likely. Hey, you're going to die. Yeah, and the thing is, if we want to be really specific, Goku's done this already. He's prevented disaster before. The fact that Goku went Super Saiyan, that's the thing. Because Goku went Super Saiyan, he hit his quote-unquote Kai Kong form. He did the thing that ends the story. That's the entire point. If Bardock went Super Saiyan, that would be it. That would be the final situation. This is not Dragon Ball lore, I'll have you know. This is legally distinct Ultra Instinct lore. It is legally distinct difference. Except you're effectively, it's the idea that your Super Saiyan form is going to kill you. And that's kind of the problem. Let's see. So, what the velocity, let's see, position velocity map is used. Each stage. Position 2 through 6. Position 2 through 6. Stand, hover, fly, dash, blitz, and flash are the main locations that the and dash, blitz, flash are the main locations that the Mm. 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 Perfect for beatdowns and point-blank key blasts. The farther away, let's see, the farther, mm, 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 mm. See, the more strain it takes to maintain the speed, but allows them to dodge better, and react faster. Should, let's see, so. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see, at the start of the battle, each of the warriors and any of their enemies, check what warrior traits, instinct, 2d6. 2d6. Senses. Focus. We do instinct, so this would be... We'll keep the numbers a little lower. Let's see, each of the warriors and any of their enemies will roll 2d6 and add their instinct. This is and add their instinct bonus. This determines their final instinct. The lowest value will place themselves rated or FTL or faster than light. Then ascend in order. The higher instinct fighters will be able to see where their enemy is going and react accordingly. The higher instinct fighters will be able to see where their enemy is going and react accordingly. However, slower fighters have a slower. See, however, less instinctual fighters have the advantage in choosing where they want to fight. Where the enemy is going and react accordingly. Before any lower. Mm. Mm. Stealing into position to assert their dominance in the field. Mm. Yeah, that's kind of the idea is you have the one way of looking at it, which is, hey, I am clearly signaling to you and all the other fighters, I'm going to move at hover speed. That's what I want to move at. I want to move the hover. Let's see. We then add in that, but then we can take this. We add in the sequential score. Let's see. Oh god. If we as long as you see Kai Cog, it's a little thing. Didn't Bardock become Super Saiyan? No. Bardock became Super Saiyan in the Dragon Ball Super in one of the OVAs where he went back in time and became the father of all Saiyans. Interesting, inshallah, I will beat you with my shoe. Thing is with Bardock, because he's loved by fans, he got post-death power boost. Who needs Ultra Instinct when you have Saiyan Pride? It's kind of the idea behind, like, going Ultra Instinct would be, hey, here's the final evolution of... Actually, we can probably do, make that a key power. We can make that the final evolution of Battle Instinct. Being like, yeah, congratulations, you've hit Ultra Instinct. You are able to do this thing. I'm a top class warrior with a low class chance of survival. No key transformations. Again, I'm not writing them in right now. I'm kind of thinking on it. Forms are going to be their own thing. That's kind of why I'm kind of separating them out to not be like, it's not a key power. Don't you lecture me with your $30 haircut. Let's see, so we do this. So every fighter in a battle has a sequence score. Or SS. This SS is their SS determine actually this score. Determines their initiative with the highest sequence score acting first and descending in order. Also determines the number of action points that a warrior has to work with. Anytime a warrior uses an action, they are reducing their sequence score. They're reducing their SS by the action points required. For example, using with a SS of 20, taking a 10 AP, taking a 10 action point, using of 25 using 10 would reduce their SS to 15. This stringing Each of the fighters may have multiple battle and react battle actions. Let's see. My have. Let's see. The round will conclude and begin again. Let's see. Put a line there. So we put a line here. Here's what we can do. Each of the fighters' actions. When all fighters have expended all AP, the round will conclude and begin again. Then we do insert a horizontal line. Add in. So to determine the sequence, the sequential score. To determine the sequential score, each of the warriors will roll 2d6. Got it mixed up. This lower value will place themselves on the map. The lowest value will place the okay. So sequential. Let's see. Each of the warriors will roll 2d6. We'll roll 2d6. Each of the warriors roll 2d6. Plus, we'll roll 2d6 plus what's their sequence? Derived traits. I called it their sequential bonus. Plus sequential bonus. Plus sequential bonus to determine their initial SS. Depending on the next they will reduce their SS by their position on the velocity map. Let's see, reduce their SS by their position on the velocity map, representing the let's see, representing the strain of maintaining a higher speed. The faster a warrior is going, the less actions they have to take reliably. Go, sweet German. Yep, that's kind of the weird thing with this, is that if I do it this way, order is based on the sequence score, AP is spent, determine instinct. Can my min-max Carsadian beat Goku, though? Kid Goku? Yeah, probably. Like, adult Goku? Nah, you're fucked. Nah, man. You're boned. You gotta remember, Goku learns shit that's not possible. Even though I did write in King Kai. And that's going to be one of the endings, is the Peace Corps show up and decide to total annihilate your asshole. To give you an idea, you're the bad guys in this. Goku would literally have something I would pretty casually refer to it just as protagonist power. Yeah, probably till the end of Saiyan Saga. Like during Namek, probably. Like, I would say up to Super Saiyan. That would be my thing. Up to Super Saiyan, you can somewhat do it. But after that, that's when you start hitting billions upon billions of power levels and things like that. That's like, yeah, no, you're gonna get your ass kicked. Like, the big thing you have to remember... Yeah, no. It's like you have to remember, like, Goku gets a bunch of power-ups by virtue of dying. Man literally trains with fucking God. Like, you gotta remember that. The man, trains with God for a while. Like, and he's just like, yeah, don't worry, let me teach you Spirit Bomb. And he's like, oh, okay. Oh, hey, here's Kaioken times 50 billion. Like, yes, of course. Yeah, and he also has shit like the hyperbolic, time chamber and things like that. Yeah, it's... Carsadian, like, that was even the idea of the Carsadians, is that, like, Carsadians don't last that long. And that's kind of the problem. But that's also why Grill wants to, one of the endings is, Grill blows up the planet and kills all of you because you're too much of a threat. It's like, uh-oh, you guys are way too much of a threat. The only thing keeping you in check is that you keep dying too early and keep fighting one another. But, uh-oh, you guys are learning to get, it turns out if we teach you all to not die horribly and just almost die, you get way stronger. God of Earth, King North Kai. I did put King, because we're in the Southern Universe, thank you very much, with Earth. Yeah. I've decided to make this is our King Kai, for literally no reason that I thought it would be funny. Like, yeah, here's our King Kai, just an alcoholic god who just hangs out on Earth. That's the joke. Earth literally is the only place where the great Southern Kai hangs out and, like, fucks around and trains people. Like, yeah, congratulations. Like, I can't directly interfere. The entire thing with it is, I cannot directly interfere with mortal concerns. However, I can definitely train people. Like, I can definitely train a bunch of dumbasses to fight against evil. Hence why the Peace Corps exists. The best way to think about it is, think of an entire military sect of Z fighters. That is the Peace Corps. It's one of the endings being, the Peace Corps invades and you fucking lose. Yeah, it's like, hey, welcome. Okay, it's time to fight literally an army of Yamchas. It's an army of fucking Yamchas and TNs, except they all know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I could take on a TN. Can you take on 4 TNs, each spamming Dodon Ray at you? Like, sounds like the history of Universe 6, somewhat. That was kind of the idea being, and there is like the big note being like, we know what you want to do with this, feel free to do whatever the fuck you feel like. There was a bunch of universes that were, Zeno destroyed a couple of universes. There used to be 16, and then he destroyed 4 of them because he got bored. But yeah, no, that's the idea of the Peace Corps is it's the Free Planet Alliance with Earth at the core of everything. Yes, Earth does exist, and you can't reach it because it sucks. Don't forget multiple timeline. We don't talk about timelines. Oh, Jesus. Again, if you ever want to know of a man who has seen more misery in his life than anyone combined, it's fucking Trunks, man. This kid survives the end of the world like 3 times. Then he literally joins an organization of people dedicated to stopping people from fucking with time. Because he's like, I gotta go back in time and save the world. Fucking does it. Goes like, haha, I have saved time. I have saved my future. Life's good. ... Immediately something else tragic happens. Trunks suffers more. Being Trunks is suffering. Just remember that. Let's see. So, should say. Oh, let's see. So, hello, person. Who's dinging? Truck. You Trunks suffering. The one that's like he saved fared better. Trunks, how comes all my ancestors are fucking idiots, can't save themselves? Trunks, save me! Isn't Trunks just one giant Dragon Quest reference? I mean, he has this. I mean, he does have a sword. He goes back in time several times, and someone helped and stop several apocalypses. You could kind of argue that there's a little bit of Dragon Quest inside of Trunks, and I know some of the Dragon Quest characters are Trunks-like, but I just like the idea of, here's Trunks. Like, here's Trunks. Here's this kid who keeps going back in time to save the world because everything goes horribly wrong. Man shows up. Man, I hope nothing bad happens today. Explosions, death, destruction. Gohan! Gohan, save me! Dragon Quest was not created by the author of Dragon Ball. Nope, it was not. Dragon Quest's artwork was done by Akira Toriyama. Yeah, that was the idea. The signature look behind Dragon Quest and Chrono Trigger were Akira Toriyama, but he did not actually make the games. This is not like his thing that his company made it. It's a very signature look because of him, but It's not like his personal project. They just he just worked on it. And he was also extremely passionate about it. That's the thing. That's the big thing. Man was extremely passionate about Dragon Quest. He fucking loved it. I always find that very I also find that very amusing to its own right, being like, yeah, he just really liked his thing he worked on. But the creator is the same as the one in Final Fantasy. Trunks is just Marty McFly going through endless sequel. Man, the thing is, it's like Trunks saves the world like 3 times. And it's like, oh man, Trunks. Passion for a job? Never. Exactly. It's horrifying, isn't it? Man, I wish I could love doing like I wish I could love doing work as much as Akira Toriyama loved doing his job. I could respect that. Let's see, to this Warriors Cater. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to make you column width 0.5 width. Column width. Column width 2. Column 2. Oh, get dead. Hmm. Mm. So, mm. Mm. I had a dream about doing this. This is legitimately just a can this work? If this works right, this is going to be amazing, and I'm going to be a fucking top class genius. Mm. Mm. Insert symbol. Okay, so here's where things start getting a little bit wonky. What we need to do is we need to select all of this. We need to select all of you. We need to hit 0. Okay, we're down to this. Actually, here's what we can do. Why don't we just get rid of everything? Okay, everything is gone. We select you. Circle. 1 point. Select you. Square. 1 point. You. Square. Not table properties, because if you do table properties, it would do everything. It would just be that single one. Which is weird because you realize that it's gonna be a little bit, but we're gonna try something. We're gonna try some chicanery. Knows what I want to do. God, fuck. It knows what I want to do, but it's not doing what I want. Let's because the thing is, this is a thing I didn't realize. Is in the corner here, you can kind of see there's this little box. You can click to select the borders. Certain boxes, for whatever reason, allow you to select the borders. There is seemingly no rhyme or reason unless I do... If I do that, select it 1. If we do this... Select. Okay, now you feel like working. I see. Because I added a border there, obviously. That has to be. There we go. Because now we can do... This came to me in a dream. There we go. My Google Doc foo continues to increase. This is my ultra instinct. Ultra Google Doc. I would have just made an image. Yes, however, that's not the point. There's the point that I can do this. And if I want to be ultra annoying, I could also do dread. I want to select all of you, select you, get rid of you, select all of this, merge the cells, merge the cells, merge the cells. There we go. Now we have an image in the middle of our stupid map. It's genius. There we go. Yeah. Nah, ha ha. Ha ha ha. You laugh at me now. Justifiably so, but you. There we go. There we go. Ha ha ha. Here we are. Not that. There we go. Something like this. Now that I think about it, I probably didn't need to merge a bunch of things, but hey, if it works, it works. So, we want to do insert. Stand, hover, fly, dash, blitz, FTL. Big shoulders display. There we go. Left. Sequence penalty. Yo, that. We do Barlow. We actually do Barlow Black. So sequence penalty would be NA 0. Put down 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And hover fly dash blitz flash. Nope. Actually, we could. No, it being half the value is also pretty convenient. Because I want it to be like, someone going absurdly fast is still a bonus, but you're just losing sequence by going super fast. Or do I want to split that around? No. We'll do this into this. Go. Let's see. Let's two fighters share the same sequence score. They may act simultaneously if they are allied or if they are in opposition. or if they are enemies, the higher velocity. Higher velocity has than Carsadians. There we go. Effectively, if I have a sequence score of 10 at hover, you have a sequence score of 10 at blitz, you will act before I do, but we would still be acting on. Oh goodness, ultra annoying. Ultra annoying is that the other combat technique of Dragon Ball. Notepad, you to point at the live PBTA game, technically the most crunchy games because they are nothing you do in a PBTA game that isn't covered by the mechanics. Well, no, that's not how crunch is defined in the slightest. When will different combat, will there be different combat styles in the game? Not really, because I don't know how to put them in. To give you an idea, this entire game is created for this reason. There is no other greater reason than this game exists. I guess combat styles will be kind of dependent on how you yourself. This game is a proof of concept, and I guess kind of. It's really a way for me to try out the sequential system as well as a couple other little things. But also Horace, not quite, because as Yosemite Mike puts down, if you have a move, if you have something called do something, everything you do is covered by the game. Well, Spartan, I'll have you know, because of you and the Urelli mating press incident, I got featured in a Warframe video. Yes, I was brought into a Warframe video because of you. I am famous now. You what? Yes, I got brought into a let me see if I can find the I was looking at this today. Someone Wuso linked it to me. I regret nothing. Yeah, that's I was brought in there for 5 seconds. The what incident? Yes, the Urelli mating press incident. Yeah, no, it's literally he just took the thing. Effectively, Cry, what happened was I got raided by a lot of people from a Warframe streamer unintentionally. I didn't mean to do this, of course. I got raided, and they were spamming Urelli mating press in my chat. I did not know what they meant. Now, there was 2 lines. There were 2 lines of thinking going on when I was writing that, when I was there, because I was working on the pre-tier game. One line of brain being like, this is clearly a mating press, otherwise known as a sex act. I shouldn't Google this, and I should not acknowledge it. The second line was, is this like a weird Warframe meme? And if I type in Urelli mating press, nothing bad'll happen. It'll just be like a Warframe build or something. And for some reason, against all better judgment, that other side of my brain won out. I bet you it's a Warframe build or something. And then I Googled live on air in front of like 50 fucking people. Urelli mating press in front of God and the whole world. Yep, congratulations. You have witnessed the first and probably only streamer that has ever the first and only streamer to feature hardcore Warframe Rule 34 on his channel. Actually, let's be honest with ourselves, I'm not the first, nor will I be the last. Are there non-weird memes on the internet? Facebook memes aren't weird. They're just mildly odd. And not mind you, I immediately got told by this similar European. And yeah, what was he, yeah, you should PM Sab about making the Warframe RPG. I wanted to check something. This is me looking at Wuso's messages. He'll get you in the traction you need to make it official. Oh, and you should introduce yourself as the author of Catboys of Thule. Yeah, I was told very diligently that I should totally contact Sab, and we can totally make this legit official TM. So, Spartan, congratulations. There's already a Warframe TTRPG. Yes. However, Draco, that's not, I would not charge 5,000 United States dollars for that game. I would make my own game, and I would charge exactly $5 for it, and it would be called something much more stupid. DE hates Sam. Don't try to make it official. Nah. Oh, okay, I know what we can do. Spartan. I can become anti-Sab. I'm the polar opposite of Sab. And because I'm the polar opposite of Sab, that means they'll like me. That's how it works, Spartan, right? By virtue of becoming the anti, I will become the true. This is how it works, Spartan. It's gonna work fine. Have I played Warframe in literal years? No. Fuck are we even talking about, Matt? Now we've lost track because Urelli mating press happened. This is what happens. Let's see. So we want to get back to the sequential score. Okay, so we've got the sequential score hammered out. We've got this. Okay. So now we do heading 2. And then we do battle actions. We want to do battle actions. So battle actions during battle. No. Okay, I know what we need to do. We select all of this. I am all of me. As is known, I am all of me. We're going to put you down there. We're going to put you down at the very bottom, because what we need to do now, we need to do battle actions. It's heading 1. We need to make that heading 2. Ooh. Okay, go. Ow. 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 Oh, right. 2 hours, yes. I purposely gave myself 2 hours to... Got a little off topic. So when is the Gushing Over Magical Girls expansion? Don't do this evil to me at my house, thank you very much. Even though, in theory, it wouldn't be too difficult. That's the worst part. Let's see. I'm gonna put just a big note for myself here. When I subscribe. Thank you very much, Wombat. Just getting rid of the notification. In the grim darkness of the pretty cure universe, only magical gills survive. Okay, let's see. When a warrior's SS comes up, they may choose. See. Battle actions are taken during the No, let's see. When you use a battle action, its effects can be resolved in one of 3 ways. 3, we do that. Immediate. One of two ways. Immediate. Actually, an immediate, delayed, and charge in one of three ways. Let's see. Any time between using a charged action and So effectively, the idea of immediate is I spend a 5 AP action to do something, I resolve the action, then I spend my AP. So I go from 10, I spend 5, I go to 5, but I've already done my action. A delayed is, hey, I'm going to do something, I do it, and then on 5, 5 AP delayed action is I spend it, at 5, it ends. Charged is I do a 5 AP charged action anytime between 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I can end it early but nothing happens, or at 5, I will fire it off, whatever it is. That's kind of the idea. Most actions are going to be immediate. It's going to be like beams are going to be charged. That's kind of the idea. It's like you have to charge up something like that. Let's see. PC finds legendary magical boys to repopulate. No. Let's see. Dragon Ball. So the usual. Hey, I'll have you know we are perfectly sane and irrational here. We're just doing this nightmarish autism. But this is what you come for. This is what you crave. Let's see. Oh. What battle actions are there? That's the question. So, basic ones. Let's just do our 3 attacks. We have a withering attack. We have a withering attack. We have a decisive attack, and we have a momentum attack. These 3 do slightly different things. And they all have different AP costs. Alright, easy enough to understand. We have the move action, obviously. We can move. Yeah, move. We have... What else do we have to do during combat? I want to do something during combat. What do I do? Charge key. Let's see. It's kind of the idea of like withering attacks are trying to target your AP. They don't do any damage. It kills your AP though. Decisive attacks are I am going for your health with the intent of killing you. Momentum attacks are all about just knocking you away. They're knocking you into different positions, which could lead to getting cratered or going FTL where they team rocket your ass away. Moving is trying to move into a better position. Charging key means you're spending AP to build up key points. Actually, You're using an item. Other action, always put another action in your games. Never forget, put other action in your another action and if you're writing a game, because other is a very valuable tool. What else we think? Actually, no. Use key power. Okay. That should work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right here. Put all of that right here. We're going to hit this. Should do is we should attack withering. There we go. Something like first thing we're going to be doing is attack, but I'm also completely fine with attacking being the first thing we learn about. So, attacking. So, damaging, injuring, or killing them. Is the attacking is the most important action a warrior can perform during battle. First, they will choose their attack type. Decisive. Decisive. Momentum. Momentum. Or withering. Hello, person who is contact. Who is pinging me? Who are you and what do you want? You can never escape Exalted Notepad. Never. No, I know. Literally, Exalted 3 is why this is the way that it is. Because I don't hate the decisive momentum and withering idea. I just don't like the way they do it in 3, because I think it's a little bit clunky for what it is. For what Exalted 3 should be, it is not what I think is good. For what this game is trying to be, yeah, it's fine. When a warrior chooses to attack, first they will choose their attack type. Decisive, momentum, or withering. Let's see. Decisive attacks are the most direct assault on the enemy, choosing to come straight at them with killing intent. The Decisive, most direct assault. Decisive. Most direct assault, choosing to come straight at them with killing intent. I understand what's should Let's see. Should a decisive attack landing will deal damage equal to trait D6. Let's see. D6. 3 decisive attacks. Strength. Martial arts, strength. Actually, martial arts, weapon. Or left. Five. We do that. We do that. So we want to do type damage. There we go. So damage is going to be entirely strength based. This is skill based, and energy blast is spirit. Seven, eight. 8, 6, 5, strength, skill, spirit. One, 2, 7, 5. We bump you up to 1. The requirement, there's no use, there's no need to use that with martial arts. Actually, no, strength. Requires 1 key point to be used. Decisive attacks. So let's do. Okay, so this is the basic idea of our attack. So this is what we're doing. I want to do martial arts. I want to use my weapon. I want to use an energy blast. Using a weapon is good. The only issue that I'm going to have with weapons is that in the equipment section, the problem with weapons is that they are going to reduce your sequence score. You are going to have less sequence. On the other hand, you're going to get a damage bonus out of it. So it's like, hey, you use your skill, but you also add like +5. Doesn't seem that useful. It doesn't seem terribly useful, except it's like, if you are a very skilled person, but you're not very strong, use a weapon. You will get better. If you are a fast person, you are using a weapon. You're using something to compensate your strength. If you have a lot of ki, though, you use Energy Blast, because Energy Blast does spirit damage. The only problem is, it requires a key point. Martial arts cost the most, it requires nothing, though. That's the big thing. That's the big haha, the big hee hee, you could say. So we want to do momentum attack. A momentum attack is when the warrior is attempting to not outright damage or hinder their target, but instead knock them away. Instead, knock back. Knock back. But instead, knock back. do attack dash dash immediate. Actually, no, we put that down to 8. Because it's an immediate action, it's not delayed or anything, so we do that. Momentum attack, knock back through the bone. What a momentum. What a momentum. Let's see. If the target enters the cratered or FTL. Actually, no. It's the I want to grapple you. I want to grab and throw you effectively. That's the entire idea. Like. Ramming just means you're using your toughness to actually just throw yourself at the problem. There we go. Grappling is not as good. The thing is, you're saying, I want to use my strength. That's the real value proposition there. If you're super duper strong, grapple. It's ram, what would be the what's the other grabbing you, I'm ramming you, I'm There we go. Well, let's see. Goku with the sword is a good idea in Saiyan Saga. Goku with the sword, Buu Saga, not so much. Yeah, that's kind of the idea with, like, using a weapon is really good if you need to compensate. Like, so, and I should put in an idea. I might put in a thing for, like, ranged weapons, being like, yeah, using a gun is usually not as good as punching someone really, really hard. Actually, can we use weapons? Yeah. You'd be able to use weapons. Again, it's not as useful if you don't... If you're already slow, it's not useful to use one. If you're really fast and you have really good skill at using weapons and stuff, using it does have an advantage. You know, but Goku got hard countered by a laser rifle. Yeah, because the thing is with a gun, this is the thing with, like, firearms and guns or anything like that. It's the big thing is it's the great equalizer. because it's effectively going to be like little key blasts. You have range, and you can fire. You have range on someone, and anyone can use a gun, and it's going to be set damage. That's kind of the counterpoint there. It's like, yeah, oh no, look at me, I'm Goku, I could do a bunch of things. Counterpoint, I have a gun that can shoot you. any dumbass can use a gun. Like, oh cool, I have my cool laser gun. I can point and shoot at you, and you're going to get hurt. That's kind of the thing where it's like, oh, I'm already super duper strong. Using that's not going to be as efficient. On the other hand, I can give five guys shitty guns and have them shoot at you. Just economically speaking, it's better. It's a, how do I want to word it? It's a goon weapon, not a hero weapon. Carsadians don't need guns. Why would they? They could just punch things really hard or fire key blasts at the problem. Can you fly and fire laser beams from your eyes? I didn't fucking think you could. That's the problem. So that which follows by also what was this on Jay Schwalb? Jay Schwalb was a bitch ass. Can't say it last, so I don't care that you pirated a wizard book, putting only one race in your main playbook, and then writing the other races will be in the other books. You better wait for them, teehee. Something big-nosed people do's. But not my eyes, but my arm. I'm a firing my laser. Remember when that was a meme? Remember 800 years ago? I remember. Let's see. Let's see, Withering Attack has the warrior launch into a series of attacks against an enemy, trying to hinder or otherwise delay the target instead of outright attempting to injure them. These speedy blows will only deal damage equal to the trait, but also reduce the target's AP by one for each of the blows that. Actually, we do pressure points, and then we do let's see, if multiple withering attacks are used together. No, forcing a combat attack, forming a combo. Withering decisive combo would cost +2 AP. Actually, one warrior. One warrior may string together multiple attacks at once, and is dodged, deflected, countered, or dodging means you're actively moving out of the way, deflecting means you are trying to beat the blow away, countered means you're punching them, or But all or nothing is the Carsadian way. There we go. That's kind of the idea behind that. There we go. I feel old. Happens I haven't been able to, mostly just because running around reading. The weirdest thing in Dragon Ball for me is Bulma. We have this bunch of superpowered martial artists and are willing to risk their lives on the planet. Why does Bulma not sponsor them in money so they can focus on training? She does. Fun fact. It is a known fact that one, Vegeta literally lives with them. She married him. Vegeta's one of the richest men on Earth. That's the thing you have to remember. He is one of the richest men on planet Earth because he literally married one of the richest women on Earth. That's his wife. No, that's all he can do. He doesn't need to work or do anything. His job is being the literal trophy husband to Bulma. Ah, yeah. Goku also married a very rich woman. Yes, we don't see it very often because Chi-Chi went to live with Goku. Literally, that's one of the things. Because Chi-Chi went to live with Goku, it looks like they're really poor. She was really not. And it is known that Capsule Corp actually supports them somewhat through like background things. There was one bit where it's like, oh yeah, well Goku was dead. While Goku was dead or they were fighting or something, technically they got a stipend from Capsule Corp. Because Goku was quote unquote hired by Capsule Corp for that time. So they got a stipend of everything they made. Like, Goku gets super wealthy at random points and then loses it all because he's an idiot. I know that in Super, they actually show him, he owns a farm. Like, that's the thing you gotta remember. Goku owns an actual farm. He runs Grandpa Gohan's farm. Like, that is Goku's profession. He is a farmer. Krillin, see, the funny thing with Krillin is Krillin made a bunch of money. He lost it all because of his first, because his first girlfriend stole all his money. But like by the end of the series, he's just like a professional police. He's like the strongest man on the planet and a police officer. Like, he makes decent money. Gohan married one of the richest men in the world's daughter. What was it? Yamcha's you also gotta remember, Yamcha's a professional baseball player. That man's loaded. He lives it, like, the man's incredibly wealthy. He just we don't see it because he's lame. Like, probably out of all of the Z fighters. Krillin was such a good police officer, how come he can't beat Goku Black? Well, yeah, Krillin is a policeman. Literally, Krillin becomes a police officer. Krillin becomes a fucking cop. That's one of the jokes. Krillin becomes a fucking cop. Because it's one of those things, like, think about it, you're a cop who has the ability to fucking fly. You're a cop who has the ability to fly, to break cars effectively, and you are effectively bulletproof. Krillin can't be shot. He gets shot and bullets bounce off of him. He's probably fast enough to catch bullets. Like, Krillin's like the strongest human being on Earth. It doesn't help that his wife is also a super-powered mega android. Like, let's not forget that part. how Krillin's wife is also a super android. Like, like, where was the one? Yeah, Sunset City. Sunset City, you know, he's just this professional fucking dude. He, that's all he, like, the thing is, like, Krillin's probably the most normal of the who lives the most normal life of all the Z fighters, because Tien's just a weird monk. Like, you gotta remember that Tien's a monk, effectively. Like, he just hangs around and meditates and hangs out with his friend Chaozu. Like, Tien just gets ripped, lifts weights, eats food. Yeah, like, Krillin's, like, very well... Yeah, 17's a wildlife ranger on his professional, like, on his private, like, reserve. Let's see. 18, like, doesn't need a lot of money being a monk. Well, he's also just a professional martial artist. Like, that's the thing. Like, he has people who pay him to, like, just do stuff. That's the thing with Tien. He just kind of does his own thing. He's just Tien. Let's do Android 18. Hello, Android 18. Technically, let's see. Her occupation is, oh, she works for Capsule Corp. Yep, that's what she does. She works for Capsule Corp. What does Krillin do professionally? Occupation, martial arts teacher. He's a construction worker. Yep, he just kind of does a bunch of things. Yeah, the new turtle school. That's his. Yep, that's, yeah. Android 18 is our office woman. I love her style as punk that she's married, and she did look a married woman that you would see in the street. New Turtle School is a cancelled MMO. Not surprising. Sorry, Krillin, you've been cucked out of that. What's Xiaotzu just hangs out with yeah, Chaozu just hangs out with fucking Tien. It's like every day he's trying to, you know, like, oh man, hi everyone, my name is Chaozu. What do I want to do? I really hope I don't need to explode and kill people. Because I'm fucking Chaozu. That's Chaozu's like one thing that he keeps doing is like, I'm going to explode now, being like, you don't need to do that. Like, Chaozu, like, you don't need to do any of that. Why are you trying to explode? Yeah. Now Chaozu just kind of, they just farm now. He just kind of, yeah, he just hangs out and does things. He's also apparently an emperor. Yep, apparently Chaozu is also an emperor, but also maybe not. Chaozu's job is being Chaozu. That's all you need to know. I know Yamcha's job is currently homeless man. He might also be part of the Galactic Control. Yeah, this is where fucking Yamcha lives, by the way. This is why I say Yamcha's fucking rich. Like, he lives in like a super city. Do you realize how expensive a place like this would be? Like, good God. Also, he has his fucking cat. Damn, Chaozu, what's your job? I don't know, I'm just Chaozu. Ah, yes, my super secret technique where I run up to you and explode. Let's see. For enemies trying to keep their distance, dash attack. Okay, so this should work. The premise here should work. Actually, shapeshifter cat wife. Later on, you should add how to get super. See, this is the big thing. Is it's like, yeah, you don't have to really worry about money. I literally wrote it in that Carsadians do not understand money. They don't get it. They keep trying to introduce an economy to the Carsadians, and the Carsadians don't understand why you'd use it. To the Carsadians, the idea behind it is like the idea behind the Carsadians is that they view everything very directly. Is I want food. Okay, you want food. Like if they say I want to get something to eat, they go to a place and they get something to eat and then they leave. And they go to the person who is making food and say, give me food. And they say no or yes. And they give you food. They're like, why don't you exchange goods for services? And the answer is, no, why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. They're like, hey, I'll trade you these shiny things. Yeah, they go hunt a monster or they go do that. Or it's like, hey, I'll carry some things for you. I'll help you around if you give me some food. And they're like, yeah, all right. That is how they view things. They don't get paid. You don't have a paycheck. You just loot shit. Like that is how the Burning Empire pays Carsadians. They literally just let them loot things and take whatever the fuck they want and then leave. You don't need money. Why? It's not useful. What's the most direct way to do something? Yeah, exactly. Either loot, you're given stuff by people. They want to, yeah. It would be kind of the thing of what is a $5 bill versus a shiny thing that I can pawn off on someone. To them, the shiny thing is easier to work with. Like, yeah, I could pawn this off for things. I could give it to someone else in exchange. I could barter, because that's the entire Carsadian economy, is bartering. I do something for you, give me something, I'll do that. That's all it is. And it's like, please God, adopt a real economy. We can't, like, how do we pay you fuckers? Like, nah, don't worry about it. Which is another one of the reasons why, you know, kind of the Carsadians are having a lot of issues, is they don't really feel loyal to the Burning Empire. You can't say, like, well, here's a paycheck, you know, be loyal to us. It's like, nah, they don't care. They just give a shit about fighting things. There's no loyalty, there's no love there, they just don't care. Dash attacks, so... And it's kind of one of those moments of like, how do you convince someone to work for you with nothing else? Actually, we're gonna do... Yep, that's literally how it works, is you just use key points to power shit. That's all it is. So if we use table to do... insert... I need to insert table 2 to here. And then we would do... I put it was my key points were, tell me your key points. 12, 9, 6. Injured, desperate. Critical, dun dun dun. Mm. There we go. Oop. Yep, health interval, chi up. So it's kind of like one of those things, like if you're critical, you can actually get a lot of chi very quickly, and that's on purpose. So I want people to say, hey, the more injured I am, the better off I am. Because I'm able to get a bunch more chi, I'm able to get a bunch more ability to do things. My do stuff option is higher. Let's see, when moving may spend. Okay, so we. Actually, do. The warrior performs an action. Oh, timer. Let's see. Let's get this section done first, and then we'll. Let's see. Depending on the complexity of the. Mm. Go, we put you here, and then we. Let's see. So we want to do. Actually, 2, 4. What would be, there we go. 2, 4, 6. There. Solid's post killed me. Goodbye. There we go. So this should be a good idea. This is just kind of a quick reference of like, hey, do you want to open a door? It's going to cost you 2 AP because you are jumping down there and then opening the door real fast. On the other hand, why don't you just burst through the door? Well, what do you mean? Just burst through it. Doesn't fucking matter. Just rush through. Again, there is always a more direct way. Always think about it like that. There's a way to do things, and then there's the direct way of doing it. Well, why don't everyone just take the direct way? That should be something they have to think about. There is always a direct way, and there's always a dumb way of doing something. We need to get through a door. What do? Well, we could attempt to open it with this consuming charged task. That we need to run over there and start trying to tap on the buttons to figure out which one's the one that opens the door. Or we blow open the door. How do we blow open the door? Well, we're going to have to spend some key points, go, Kamehameha our way through. Okay, so here's I'm going to call it here, because I said I would. So here's the modus operandi. What's going on? Here's the MO. This might be the last one for a little bit. If things go according to plan, and I do mean according to plan, we might have a stream on Thursday or Friday. It really depends on how well everything gets moved in. I kind of hammered out all the details of my moving to today. Hopefully everything goes well. I called the Verizon people and they're going to set up everything because I'm going to have Verizon Fios. I'm hoping everything goes according to plan there. They're like I have my own router and modem. So I don't really want to I don't want to buy Verizon's not like $130 fucking router they want me to get. So I'm like, maybe not. Hopefully everything works out according to plan. Again, it's just a lot of me sitting and waiting. That's kind of the issue. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. If we're good, assume Thursday, Friday, we'll do another stream and continue this. If things don't go well, we'll play it by ear. But probably will be a lot quieter going forward. I will try to work on this the best I can, just in between. But that's just going to be that's kind of the nature of the beast. So thank you all for coming. My name is Notepad Anon. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed, good luck. I will see you all on the flip side. And if you need me, do not hesitate to reach out to me on Discord.